Tell me a little bit about how Bone Thugs started.
Well, Bone Thugs, Bone Thugs started way back in the days with a couple of the other members, Crazy and Lazy, were sort of like the originators of the group, and they started a crew called Band-Aid Boys. And the Band-Aid Boys were a crew. They used to basically just wear Band-Aids, you know how Nelly does now.
Yeah.
And I came into town, and they changed the name to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and it was kind of complete. You know, Wishbone was always in the family, but he was never actually in the group until after a while.
And what about Flesh?
Well, he was always Big Bro. He was a basketball player in the squad. So what he would do would he would kind of, you know, watch after us. We was little cats running around drinking beer all the goddamn time, cutting class. He was always in there, A and B student, cool as a fan. Kind of crazy because he turned out to be the one to go to jail 10 damn years.
How did Eazy-E come to the picture?
Well, you know, one-way bus tickets, man. Everybody took one-way bus tickets, all of us down to Los Angeles, and from there, we stayed out there past that earthquake that happened, I believe, in '93 or '94, and we hooked up with young Eazy-E. So after we hooked up with E, we all took one-way bus tickets back to Cleveland, and finally met up with him. We took the bus back after we met him at a nightclub, and the rest is history. You know, Eazy liked what he heard. He see the young NWA Part 2, and boom, 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 we were good to go. So good.
You guys brought that own unique style, would you say?
Yeah, it was so shocking because nobody really heard that style. Some people were rapping fast. Luther Vandross, you know, say you're gonna be, say you wanna be, and so on and all that, but nobody really put that with the harmony and made it a patented flow. No good words, street, harmony, and camaraderie. And that was the difference in what we were doing compared to what everyone else wound up doing. It was pretty simple to put a Bone record out in 1995 after Eazy died because the buzz was just there. Didn't have to do too much marketing or too much promoting. You know what I mean? It was already there. You know what I mean? And when you're not working towards a group becoming a mega group, we were the hip-hop Aerosmith. We were the hip-hop Metallica. Hell, the hip-hop Beatles. Let's go even further. But when people don't see that vision and all they can see is the lining of their pockets and them being famous, you know what I mean, then there's a problem.
Where are you at personally as compared to the group?
Oh, well, you know, I've been solo since '98, and a lot of people didn't know that. You know what I mean? A lot of people were still under the impression that I was with the group. But I sued everybody in 1998. It's all on the internet and everything. Sony, Ruthless, Relativity for my solo rights. I never signed with the group as a group, so there was no reason for me to come at them in any way. You know what I mean? So, but I've been by myself since '98. It was just a lot of bullshit that was going on that I didn't too much agree with. Eazy passed away. then it's kind of difficult to deal with when you don't have a Lil Wayne and Baby situation. When you don't have an older mentor that actually gives a shit about you, that actually cares about you. You know what I mean? So it's one of those kind of things.
Was it something between you and Crazy?
No, I think normal friendly competition is always going to arise. Those little brain waves that may come in are always going to arise. It's up for that individual to be able to discern it. But the basic problem was business. If a group sells 40 million records and everybody is making what they're supposed to be making and their children's children, college tuitions are paid for, then there is no problem when it's amongst friends. But when you have that compiled onto it, and then somebody throws a curveball at you, you're liable not to be able to smack it out the park, because you're not making Hank Aaron money. You're not getting that Mark McGuire chip. You know what I mean? So that kind of reflects. One thing reflects on the next one, but Crazy's all right. He's all right, fella. You know what I mean? Everybody's pretty much all right with one another, but you know what I mean? All the different factors do come into play.
So where are you at as an artist right now?
Well, constantly working. I'm going towards the mixtape arena, because the mind state of music in general is 3 months at the most. Well, it's 3 months, and you got to keep putting music out. But the retailers and the labels are more old school. They're like one record a year, and if it doesn't pop, you know what I mean, so on and so forth. I'm putting out mixtapes, book. I got a book and a record coming out. Definitely doing the Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff, stay heavily into that. We got something with the Bizzy Bone kidnapped kids, because I'm like the only person to be kidnapped publicly.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, everybody kind of know the story. I was like 5 years old. I was kidnapped. And John Walsh, the person who started America's Most Wanted, had a son who passed away, who was kidnapped. And he did a movie, and he put a lot of kidnapped kids on pictures. And they found me in a trailer park from that movie. It was called Adam. So I'm one of the only, really one of the only rappers that have that kind of a story, along with the foster homes and butt kickings and da-da-da-da-da-da. And, so I'm heavily into helping kidnap kids on YouTube, and we're going to turn it into a reality show after we get garner enough attention, et cetera, et cetera. Instead of coming out there and, trying to be a pimp or, no shot in the dark to the Stallionaires or Flavor Flav, because I watch that shit and I love it. Or Ray J or any of them. I just kind of want to bring something different to the reality show arena, something a little more heartfelt, a little more meaningful and true. You know what I mean? Just to give them something else to go along with it. This is kind of like conscious rap. You got gangster rap, you got your Commons, you got your Talib Kweli's, your Mos Defs, and you got your Ice Cubes, you know what I mean, and the Eazy's and all that other stuff. So, that's kind of what I'm trying to bring to the table. It's going pretty good. Ryan Seacrest loves the idea. And, we're getting nibbles here and there.
Cool. So you met Ryan and all.
Well, yeah, we tweet each other every now and again. Look at my sister's side with my baby standing. Like TK standing, say family be the first that turned so petty at me. Gonna be on my granny, celebrate the Grammy day. Who would've knew no man that was so perfect all of my Grammy. Never would get the wrong, tripping on foster homes, thinking I wasn't family. With a scarred up soul, but I keep my skeletons understanding. With you